Good morning. We're already on chapter 10. Chapter 10 is titled Earth Life. A midnight woods woke up. A breeze rustled in the leaves. An owl hooted. The sounds were soft but very alive. Jack opened his eyes. He pushed his glasses into place. He smiled. Morgan was still with them. He could hear her in the moonlight. Her long white hair was shining. "Morgan, can you see the tree house?" "Stay here," said Annie. "In Frog Creek?" "No, I must leave again, I'm afraid," said Morgan. "I've been gone from Camelot for a long time." She handed Jack his backpack. She brushed his cheek. Her hand felt soft and cool. "A bit of moon dust still on you," she said. "Thank you, Jack, for your great love of knowledge." "You're welcome," said Jack. Morgan tugged on one of Annie's braids. "And thank you, Annie, for your belief in the impossible." "You're welcome," said Annie. "Go home now," said Morgan. Jack smiled. Home was Earth, that was bright, colorful, where everything was alive and always changing. "Bye, Morgan," said Annie. She started climbing out of the treehouse. Jack looked back at Morgan. "Will you come back soon?" he said. "Anything can happen," said Morgan. "The universe is filled with wonders, isn't it, Jack?" She smiled and nodded. "Go now," Morgan said softly. Jack followed Annie down the rope ladder. He stepped onto the ground. The wind started to blow. The tree started to shake. A loud roar filled Jack's ears. He squeezed his eyes shut. He covered his ears. Then everything was silent and still. Jack opened his eyes. The ladder was gone. He looked through the leaves and branches of the giant oak tree. Where was the tree house? Only moonlight was now left. "Bye, Morgan," said Annie. "Bye, Peanut," said Annie very sadly. Jack and Annie stared at the top of the tree for a really long moment. "Ready?" said Annie. Jack nodded. They started for home. The midnight air felt cool and moist. It was filled with soft sounds of earth life. Jack and Annie left the Frog Creek woods. They started down their street. Annie glanced up at the sky. "The moon looks really far away, doesn't it?" It did, thought Jack. It was. "I wonder how the moon can be up there all alone," said Annie. "What do you mean?" said Jack. "I mean, who helps him put on his spacesuit?" said Annie. "Who helps him get up when he falls down?" "And who is he?" added Jack. "Who do you think he was?" said Annie. "He must be a scientist or an astronaut from Earth," said Jack. "No, I think he's an alien," said Annie, "from another galaxy." Jack scoffed. "What makes you say that?" "I just feel it," said Annie. "Wrong," said Jack. "There's no proof that aliens exist." "Maybe not now," said Annie. "But don't forget, we were in the future." "Oh, brother," said Jack. They crossed their yard and climbed their back steps. Annie tiptoed inside the house. Jack followed behind her. Before he shut the door, he glanced up at the moon. Was Annie right, he wondered? Could the moon man have come from another galaxy? Morgan's words came back to him. "The universe is filled with wonders, isn't it, Jack?" "Good night, moon man," Jack whispered, then closed the door. There's a picture of the moon. And that is the last of book number 8. Next time, we're going to get to open our brand new set. We're going to start on book number 9, Dolphins at Daybreak. I think this is a picture of the cover. I'm not too sure because I haven't even opened it yet. I'm so excited to read tomorrow. See you tomorrow, my friends.